Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel Marshava Cuisine with Miss Naomi Mbungu. And today's video will be different. It will be split into three parts. The first part is where we will explore or learn how to make Liboke Ya Ngolo, also known as steamed catfish wrapped in banana leaves. The second part is where we will also learn how to make Liboke Ya Ngolo, also known as steamed pork wrapped in banana leaves. And also, last of all, to conclude, we will also learn how to make makemba, also known as fried plantain. For our Liboke Ya Ngolo, we will be needing the following ingredients. I used 3 spring onions, 2 ripe tomatoes, 2 onions, 5 garlic cloves, a lemon, 2 scotch bonnets, and for spices I used 5 Maggi cubes, 2 tablespoons of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of jumbo all-purpose fish stock. I also used half a cup of oil, and also had our plantain to the side. And also, not to forget, I also used 2 tablespoons of jumbo all-purpose seasoning, and of course our catfish. Now, to begin with our catfish, I placed it in warm water and I squeezed the lemon, sliced it in half, and I allowed it to rest for a good 10 minutes or so. And what happened was all the slime on the fish was coming off due to the lemon. Okay, and I let that rest off, and I changed the water and of course changed the bowl. So in my new bowl, what I'm doing now is removing all of the gills and the fins on the catfish, cutting off the tail, and you will also see how I will dissect the fish as well and remove all of the intestines. So a catfish is a very slimy fish, and if you don't wash it properly, you will not enjoy it. So please, when you do make your catfish, take your time to clean this with warm water, and also use lemon. This is just a personal preference for me. I know some people who do use vinegar, some people do use actually a scotch bonnet to clean it. That's fine, but I prefer using the lemon and also wearing gloves so that I can hold onto the fish properly, or in the better way for myself actually, so it doesn't slip out of my hands. Whilst cleaning the fish, always make sure that there is no more blood residue left inside the fish. So you should aim for the fish to be completely clean towards the end of the cleaning process. Make sure that all of the sticky stuff of the fish is gone. Okay, yes, I said sticky stuff. All of that has to come off because you really want to enjoy that fish. So as I mentioned, take your time, use a knife as well, or if you're wearing gloves like myself, just follow the same procedure that I'm doing to clean out the fish, and also use your water and your lemon. Now that I have finished cleaning the fish on the inside and out, I'm going to continue to give it a rinse again, just to double check that I haven't left any excess residue of blood or the slime of the fish. I'm going to do this a couple of times, and then I'm going to add some lemon juice as well to this water. Once my fish has been cleaned, I'm going to score it. This is how I'm going to do the lines on the fish, and this is just the way that I like to do it, and it also makes it easier for the fish to marinate. Score the lines on both sides of the fish, and once that's done, you can break that into 4 pieces or even 3 pieces as well. clearly see, my fish has been cut up and cleaned. Some tend to leave it whole, but for the video purpose, also for personal preference, I wanted to cut it up like this as well for you guys to see how I tend to marinate my fish. I will begin by marinating my fish and added in my crushed Maggi cubes. After adding in my 5 crushed Maggi cubes, I will also add in my garlic powder, which was 2 tablespoons of garlic powder. At the same time of me adding in my garlic powder, I will also add in my fish stock with my nutmeg, followed by 2 tablespoons of jumbo all-purpose seasoning, and after that all I'm going to do is mix it all well together and allow this to marinate for 2 to 3 hours. If you're going to do this during the day, or if you're going to do this the following day, marinate it for 24 hours for the flavors to go really well into the fish. As you can clearly see in my food processor, I've added in my spring onions, garlic, onion and scotch bonnets, except the tomatoes. In my food processor, I will add a cup of water. This will allow all the ingredients to blend well together. Blend everything well until you get this runny consistency. So this procedure, you can either do this whilst the fish is still marinating or before you allow it to rest to marinate. Pour in all of our blended onions, spring onions and garlic and mix it all well together. Now I will add in my chopped tomatoes and mix well again. Now this step is completely optional. I had some leftover onions in terms of what I chopped for the blender, and I just sprinkled it inside the mixture actually. After adding in my chopped tomatoes, I will now add in my oil and mix well. Now we will proceed in placing in our fish. Over my cooker on high heat, I'm just balancing and turning the banana leaves over, and I have some foil to secure it so that the sauce doesn't come out, and simply placing in my fish inside the banana leaves, and I also have a bowl underneath so I can give it that round shape as well. After placing in my fish into the banana leaves and securing it with the aluminium foil, I'm just going to close it and tighten it. Over medium to low heat, I've added in water into a pot, and I've placed my banana leaves down below of the pot, and I'm just going to place my catfish inside a pot to steam that for a good 15 to 20 minutes. Once that is steaming away, after my catfish has steamed really well for 20 minutes, I've placed this into a preheated oven for it to continue to cook further for an extra 30 to 40 minutes until it is well done. After I've removed my steamed catfish from the pot, I placed a bit of water in my baking tray for the steaming process to also continue within the oven, and as I mentioned earlier, for it to continue cooking for an extra 30 to 40 minutes. Here we have it guys, our catfish is now cooked. For our Liboke Ya Ngolo, we will be needing the following: 5 Maggi cubes, 1 teaspoon of chili powder, 2 tablespoons of garlic powder, 3 spring onions, 2 tomatoes, 1 red onion, 1 normal onion, 5 garlic cloves, lemon, 1 scotch bonnet, and of course our pork. And I also used 2 tablespoons of jumbo all-purpose seasoning, and of course our banana leaves. Now first things first, what I did with my pork is cut it into cube sizes and wash it with lemon water. Place the washed pork inside a clean pot. Now I'm going to add in my spices, my garlic, chili powder, and also my nutmeg. I'm going to add that all into the pork. Then I'm going to add in also my crushed Maggi cubes. This will be followed by the jumbo all-purpose seasoning, and then I'm going to mix this really well. Then that's going to be followed by adding in my chopped onions, tomatoes, and also spring onion and garlic. Place my pot over a medium to low heat, added in my chopped tomatoes and scotch bonnet, and I'll mix that all well together. And you will notice that I didn't add any water whilst this was simmering away. The reason why is that the pork itself will produce its own stew. Once the pork has cooked well for 20 minutes, it is now ready to place in our banana leaves, and as you can see, it has produced its own stew. I used the same procedure of adding in my pork mixture into the aluminium foil and banana leaves as it was in the previous video of the Ngolo. Place that in the middle of the banana leaves and close securely so that the stew doesn't fall out. Ensure the pork is securely closed within the mixture and then placed in a preheated oven for it to cook for a further 20 minutes. Here we go guys, after cooking in the oven for 20 minutes extra, our Liboke Ya Ngolo is now done. For my plantain, I'm going to remove the skin and cut it diagonally across. Once that is done, I'm going to place it in a sieve which has a bowl at the bottom. You will find out the reason why I have a bowl at the bottom. This is because when I want to wash the plantain, for it to wash really well, and I'm going to add an extra flavor on this. The extra flavor into this is a 1/4 teaspoon of jumbo all-purpose seasoning, and I'm just going to mix this really well together into my ripe plantain. Over a medium to high heat, I'm going to place in my ripe plantain into my frying pan, and I'm going to cook this for 5 to 7 minutes on each side and also until golden. And here we have it, guys. After cooking firmly 5 to 7 minutes on each side, we have our plantain, which is nice and golden. Isn't that color beautiful? Here we have it, guys, our makemba. Here we have it, guys. Thank you so much for watching today's video, whereby we learned how to make Liboke Ya Ngolo and also Liboke Ya Ngolo. Not to forget also our makemba to the side as well. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I know it was a bit longer than the previous video. However, I just wanted to reply to everyone's requests. If you have any feedback on terms of how this video went, or if you want me to make a nice recipe for you in my upcoming videos, please feel free to inbox me on my Facebook, which is at Malshava Cuisine. You can also find me on Instagram as well at Malshava Cuisine. Or if you just want to reply to the comment section as well on our YouTube page, that will be even better and greater as well. Until next time, guys, thank you for watching Malshava Cuisine with Miss Naomi Mbungu. Thank you. Bye.